Hello, you are here for the PSYC260 Health Psychology course overview for instructors. This course is looking to address these 8 modules. It is set up in an 8-module format, which is the standard here at Ivy Tech. Each of the modules are divided based off of a topical area related to health psychology, and we will continue on by looking at the syllabus. The important information on the syllabus is really to review the textbook and the assignments and grading section, but do please note that there are some sections that have purple indications. These are places in the syllabus where it is important that you as the instructor customize this content. There is a section here on the required text. It is Health Psychology by Taylor and Stanton, the 11th edition. And the publisher is McGraw-Hill. Please note that students do have access to this textbook through inclusive access, and that is accessed through the BNC bookshelf link. There is an additional instructor guide in the instructor module of the course that we will take a look at in just a moment to give more guidance on using the BNC bookshelf connection. Students who might have a physical copy of the book already do have the option to opt out of inclusive access, and that process is detailed here. As you continue through the syllabus, you will see the course outline of record, course and policies and procedures. There is a link here for the college policies and support services. An important item for this course is that there is no proctored exam, so students do not have to come to campus for any activity, lab, or assessment that is taking place in this particular course. The assignments and grading section details the types of assignments that are present in this course. These are distributed throughout each of the 8 modules of PSYC260. There are smart book assignments that are guided reading elements that are a part of the McGraw-Hill Connect program. These are assignments in the course that do have point value attached to them. These reading assignments are the equivalent of reading the textbook chapter in a physical book, but they are going to be tracking the students' progress through the reading assignment, giving them some additional touch points to determine whether the students are understanding the material well and are worth 25 points each for each of the modules. So it's very important that the students have this smart book assignment and are making use of that item. If I scroll back up to the textbooks and grading section, you will notice that there is a statement down here at the bottom of the required text and material section that denotes that McGraw-Hill Connect is used significantly within the course, and that if students were to opt out of inclusive access, it may prevent them from being able to complete these graded smart book assignments. Additionally, within the course, 4 assignments are some supplemental materials to enhance the textbook's reading content, discussions that are going to require students to reply to their peers. There's more details there. There are 7 module quizzes that are each covering the content of the chapters and the course. And significantly within this class, there are 3 papers. Each paper is on a particular aspect of health psychology that will help students to not only improve their own lives, but also improve the lives of others that they might be supporting in a psychological profession of some sort. Each of these papers are going to be covered through plagiarism support and making sure that that students are aware ahead of submitting their final assignment if they are being flagged for any type of plagiarism concern through the tool Turnitin. If you do not have much familiarity with Turnitin, you can speak to one of our educational technology and support staff members at your local campus teams, and they will be happy to help you with Turnitin's system and helping you to understand how that process works. I want to take just a quick moment to hop into the modules section of the course. The modules area is where all of the teaching content and learning content for students takes place. You'll notice at the very top of the module, there is an instructor resources section. It does remind you that this course is a part of Inclusive Access. The developer of this course has put together an 8-module instructor guide that is specific to the curriculum that has been developed for PSYC260 at Ivy Tech. There's also a McGraw-Hill Connect instructor guide, as well as a BNC bookshelf instructor guide. Additionally, this particular course also has some recommended module announcements. So depending on whether you're teaching this course in an 8-week format or in a 16-week format or another term length, you may want to come into these particular announcements and look for suggestions that would be beneficial to you to make note of important aspects within the course as you're teaching in any term length, because they are related to the individual modules. You can parcel these out in the semester at whatever term length that you might have. Let's hop down into module 1 just for a quick moment. At the very end of module 1, there is an introductory live meeting assignment. This is a 0-point assignment that ties in with the ASOM 7.5.2 expectation that each online instructor conduct a live session in either the first or the second week of the term. This gives you a good chance to get to know your students a little bit more, answer any questions that they might have as they've been initially entering into your course content. But it is a 0-point assignment, so it is entirely optional for students to attend. It is required for you to provide this introductory live meeting item. In the instructor resources guide, there is more information based off of this document link, live assignment instructions. So if you need any more information on this aspect of the course, please look at this link first, and then if you do need additional assistance, you can reach out to your faculty lead or assistant faculty lead. The report course issues item is if you were to find something that seems to be off in your section within this curriculum, a broken link, some type of a quiz question that might have a controversial answer selection, please use this report course issues link to report those items, and we will be in touch with our course mentor, who is also a subject matter expert, to determine if there is a fix that is needed, and we will be communicating that fix out to you. We do communicate primarily through our community of instructors organizations. There is one that is specific to each and every course here at Ivy Tech. So if you do not have access to the PSYC260 Community of Instructors org, please make a request for that. And you can do that by emailing the ID team at ids@ivytech.edu. And then finally, at the end of the semester, please complete the faculty evaluation of course design. This helps us to know what is working well within our online curriculums and what needs to be improved. We definitely reference this information as we're redeveloping courses at a future date. I'm going to also scroll down through the module list just really quickly. Each module has this type of setup where it has an overview page, where the course's module is generally touched on as far as what content is coming up in that module and what course learning objectives are going to be targeted in the module. Then a learning activities page along with guided readings and website and video resources. These are all of the instructional items within the course, as well as supplemental materials that might be helpful to students that want to extend their learning or remediate some difficult concepts. There's also then the assignments that need to be completed for that particular module, followed by a next steps page. And the next steps page works to bridge, giving a summary of what occurred in the particular module that you're in and looking ahead to what's coming up in module 3. This is also a section where you might find it's helpful if it's already included or if it's not included, for you to add in some guidance to students on how to be working on major course assignments that are up and coming. Sometimes students need a little bit of assistance to parcel out their time and to be able to plan ahead for major learning activities. So the last item that I would like to ask you to really emphasize to your students is the students' course evaluation. At the end of the semester, you will have a chance to give your students an opportunity to not only evaluate your own teaching, which comes through a different link, but also to evaluate the curriculum of this course. And that is done through this particular link. So if you could, in your very last course announcement to your students, ask them to complete this course evaluation. Here at Ivy Tech, we really value the student experience and the student perspective, and we need to have their input in order to make this course the best that it can be for students. There is a course mentor for this particular class. Her name is Deb Stipp, and her information will be found in the Community of Instructors org. It is also found in the instructor guide. So up here at the top in this instructor guide, if you use the table of contents and go to the help section, at the bottom, Deb's information is here. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to her, or you can report a course issue, and the ID team will work together with Deb, to be able to help you resolve those questions. Some questions like contract issues, teaching assignments, best practices, those really should go first and foremost to your faculty lead or your assistant faculty lead. We are here to really support the curriculum of this course and the setup of the course. So if you have any questions regarding that, please let us know. It can be difficult sometimes to know who to talk to, so we will make sure that we get you the best information possible as you are working through PSYC260. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this recording, and I hope that you have a very successful semester.